Instructor for Blue to Gold Law Enforcement Training, bringing you a Roadside Chat. I'm in a Delta Lounge in Salt Lake City. I'm in a soundproof booth. I probably need to send you a picture of this thing. It's actually kind of funny. They rolled them out during COVID, and it looks like a little spaceship, right? I'm just in here all alone. I got a soundproof door, internet hookups, and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, I got I'm on my way to South Dakota. I'm gonna be there for 5 days delivering advanced search and seizure, advanced traffic stops, advanced criminal investigations, and a brand new course that has never been taught before. You ready for it? You sitting down? The Certified Search and Seizure Instructor class, right? That's my forte, my friends. That's what I do. So I'm looking forward to it. And then we're going to be in Las Vegas next week, and then we're rolling out that search and seizure class online in December. Now, here's the deal. If you are looking to get involved or to attend that search and seizure instructor class in December online, you better register quick because there's only a few seats left. We're going to max it out at a certain number because we want to make sure everybody gets quality instruction. This is an instructor class. It is very high level. It's deep knowledge. It's like a mini law school. So anyway, all right, enough small talk. Let's get down to business. All right. So I have some cops from California asking me a scenario, and I got to tell you, these cops were in my LA HIDA class. And they're funny dudes, man. It's like there's two of them, but one of them just asked me. But he has a partner that we're both in the class, and they were good times, and I'm glad they were there and they reached out to me and have a question. So here's the question: they're surveilling a a car with illegal tin, right? They're in California, and so they're surveilling this car. They're watching it, and they're going to watch for it to get back into the car and drive away, and they're going to look for a traffic stop. But while they're surveilling it, they run the license and they realize that the registered owner has a suspended license. And so the question, which is a great question, is like, all right, Anthony, forget the tint. Let's say we have no tint issue, right? They're not violating anything else. If we see somebody get into that car who matches the description of the RO, can that be the basis of a traffic stop? Because we believe, potentially that person who just jumped into the car, if they match the characteristics on the OLN, the license number, can that give us a reason to stop the car? And the answer is absolutely, right? And the reason is that comes from a case called Kansas versus Glover, U.S. Supreme Court, 2020. I don't think it's 2021. I may be wrong, but you can fix me on that in the comments. But what the Supreme Court said is that if you have a reason to believe, right, reasonable suspicion, that the driver of a car is suspended, and you have no other reason to believe that the driver is not the RO, then you can stop it temporarily to determine whether or not that is the RO, and if so, take enforcement action. And this is an inference, right? This is a reasonable inference. Another way of saying it, this is a presumption that people who own their car drive it. So in Glover, what happened was the officer ran the license plate. It came back to a registered owner who has been suspended, revoked type of deal multiple times. And so without any other information to believe that the person driving was not the RO, lit it up, stopped it. Lo and behold, it was the RO. Okay, so this guy named Glover, he says, "Oh, that's not reasonable. You're going to have to, you're going to have to find another reason to pull me over, or you're going to have to prove that with some facts that I'm actually driving the car at the same time." And the U.S. Supreme Court rightly, and reasonably articulated that, it's okay for the cops to make the assumption. It's not an assumption, it's a presumption. An assumption is when you make an ass out of you or me. A presumption is when you use facts or circumstances based off of life experience, training, and so forth, that something is true, right? And the court said it's a valid presumption to believe that registered owners are driving their own car. And Glover's like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be driving this car. So isn't the opposite? Shouldn't the cops presume that, you know, people with no license are not driving their own vehicle? And the Supreme Court said, look, studies show that about 70% or so, right? Approximately 70% of suspended and revoked licensees still drive their own car. So actually, it's a proper presumption to believe that people are still driving the car despite the fact that the court has told them no, has tapped them on the nose and says, hey, you can't drive your car. So in the end, my friend from California, if you have a reason to believe that, that you have, that the car, the registered owner is suspended, revoked, unauthorized. And there's nothing there telling you that the RO is not driving, right? Like the RO is a male, you clearly see a female in the car. If you don't see something like that, then you can stop the car. And my friend from California says, but we're having some prosecutors push back on this and saying that this is a bad stop. Well, show them the case, Kansas versus Glover. It's pretty clear on this issue. You are right in the law. I can't change what prosecutors do on the back end. But as far as you're concerned, you are constitutional based off these facts that you gave me. I hope that helps. All right, guys, look, I'm going to get going. Got to catch my flight to South Dakota. I hope this helps. If it helps, do me a favor. Hit like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/blue to gold, and leave a comment if you can. Hopefully you like what we're doing here, and then share with your friends. All those things help drive this video for other people to see it, right? So that YouTube and Facebook believes that it's useful for people similar as you, right, in the same profession. And it also lets me know that I'm doing a good job. All right, guys, thank you. God bless. I'll see you next time.